to the Magnificent Abundance Manifester. So today we are going to talk about what to do when you've tried everything on earth and you are still stuck. So has that happened to you? I would like to know, have you tried to do the inner work? You've been journaling like crazy, and yet it seems that no matter what you do, there is no sense of progress, no sense of moving forward, and you feel like things just don't move forward the way you would like them to. If this is something that you've experienced, today we're going to talk about this because it's very important to, obviously, to solve this for you and to get to the root of this. So let me share this first to various, I think I've done, yes. And can I share it to my screen? Doesn't matter, I will do it. Oh, yes. All right, so okay, first let's say you've been, doing a lot of personal development stuff. You worked on yourself, you worked on your belief system, you've done everything that you could. You tried to think positively, you journal and you do your affirmations and you worked on all of that stuff, and you've done some even great proven techniques, whether it's hypnotherapy or this and that, and you've been looking and looking. And still, you're not making progress and things are not moving. Why? Do you know why? Well, there are various, a few things actually. So first, it's either because inside you there is still a resistance to embrace that outcome that you want, and you kind of wish that you could be that person, and but you kind of stay in a sense of paralysis and you're not really taking the inspired action because you haven't embraced that persona yet. Some people call it your limitless self, like that's what I called it, or some call it infinite self, some call it whoever you want. It doesn't really matter, but let's say you want to reach a certain outcome in your life and yet you haven't made any progress, or maybe you have but still like hardcore stuff. And so the reason is that, one, you might have not embraced it. But let's say you have. Let's say you've done everything. You tick all the boxes. You've done all the work. And yet, things don't show up the way they're supposed to. So there is an element to it. It's because you very likely have some energy that is not yours. That can come from various possible ways. It can come from something that you picked up that can be karmic, that has been transmitted from generation to generation. It's a burden that you have. Or actually, people don't talk about that much in terms of in the personal development industry, because it's all about you feeling empowered and being the master of your destiny. Yes, you are. But sometimes there are these, let's say, negative energies that have been sent out to you with, let's say, negative intent that got to you without you knowing. And you are being stuck with that negative energy from, that got to you. That now it is your responsibility indeed to remove and clear. Because sometimes if this is something that was happened in your family, many generations ago, or even your parents, and they kind of suffered from that negativity and they didn't know, then they've been spreading it in the family without knowing. And that can be scary, of course, because, you know, we don't want to believe that there's been some negative energy that they either they received in a negative intent, or that there was a lot of drama at the time, or something happened. So now, and this is when people talk about entities and entity attachments. So this is these entities feed on low vibrations and negativities, and can be in your aura and on you. And this is when you have to have them removed. This is not something to be done lightly. You need to use the services of someone who, you know, has the skills to do so, because it can create a lot of stress if you don't do it properly. So, hi Sherilyn, nice to see you, long time. So yes, so today I'm starting to approach that topic, which I haven't really talked about before, which is that the entity's attachment. So this is, let's say they are like energy monsters who are kind of glued to you, like something like yucky, and it keeps sabotaging your progress, sabotaging your success. And despite all of the hard work that you've done, things don't come through. And these entities are kind of creating a field, not to protect you, but to prevent you from getting the success that you're meant to, or the health that you're meant to, or the love that you're meant to. And this is some really hardcore stuff, as I said, but when you remove them, it creates space for all of the good that's been stored in your life that hasn't managed to come. Now, why is that created? Where do they come from? I did talk about that at the beginning. Like your ex, yes. These, you know, you can use the example, obviously, and it's kind of these like things that, you know, sometimes people talk about family curses, or, you know, a pattern that still keeps happening in the family, and somehow nobody escapes it. So it's because there is that a lot of like these entities attached to the member of the family that create that drama. So it's not to be taken lightly. It's actually real, and it's, you know, I come from a place where I was very Cartesian in my way of looking at the world, and that's my, you know, that's my education was scientific and everything. But this is not something that you can learn at school, and yet they are real. Why do I know that? Because obviously I've been working with energies and been seeing many things. So that can really be detrimental to your own process. So once you clear that, then it's kind of removing the heaviness that you have, and the if you have a sense of melancholy that keeps coming, that sense of being dissatisfied, it's very likely related to an entity that is attached to you. And that is crucial to heal and remove. And that's why sometimes if you keep doing the work, and you keep doing, you know, you keep journaling, and you keep working on yourself, and you do tons of courses, there are some people who don't do the work, but some people do, and yet still struggle. So when this is being removed, it's like you can finally breathe, you can finally feel lighter and happier, and things then start to flow and synchronicity happens. And it can come from various ways. I'm not going to expand specifically today. I might do a live per source later. But it's for you to have that awareness that it's not necessarily you who don't think positively enough. It's not necessarily you who are stubborn, or don't let this get to you. If things are not progressing, continue to move forward and look what needs to happen to unlock your success. And you might be shocked and surprised of what can be found, because it's something that is unseen to a lot of untrained eyes, but it's really creating drama, stress, and blocks. And I know that in the personal industry, people will, shame and blame you for even thinking that it's something outside of your that is creating this, because it's all about you taking responsibility. That's true. You have to take responsibility of your actions, but sometimes there are things that are happening that you don't know about, that are even not of your own making, that you somehow integrated, sucked into your energy, and it creates a lot of disaster. So if this is something that you want to explore, obviously you can have a session and I will look into your energy and tell you what this is related to. But this is really, really important. So obviously that applies to those who have done the work, who have, it's like you are really ready for this great success, and yet things are not showing up. And that's the reason why. It's because you have a lot of stuff in your energy that is draining you, is basically sucking up the good stuff, and creates a lot of drama in your life. So don't blame yourself if things don't go the way you want. Sometimes it's not you. And you need to get help to take that out of your space. And only a limited circle of people, like a tight circle of people, know about this, talk about this, and do this work on them, because it's not something that is commonly, about. And that's what I am helping you with. Do you have any question? So this is something, yes, that can affect your growth, your success, your well-being as well, and I would encourage you to read upon that as well and do your own research. And there are some signs that you will show whether you have that in your energy, and if you feel this is ticking the boxes, then get it removed, get it sorted. All right. Okay, so on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'm going to now go into the other group, other page, Broomstick Capital, because today is BSQ Tuesday, and I will see you soon. All right, bye, and happy manifesting. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, share, like, and put a comment under the video. Bye and happy manifesting. Hi, magnificent abundance manifester. A last word before I leave you. I wanted to give you a gift so you can have access to a free healing session. In order to do so, head over to my website www.themagnificentabundancemanifester.com, and then you click on free fairy dust and a free healing session. So you go there, you can sign up to get the free healing session, and as soon as you put the detail, we're going to spend 60 minutes together where I'm going to guide you through a meditation and a healing process for you to let go of what's blocking you right now. So I'm super excited to do that with you. So I'll see you on the other side.